On that note, rest in peace, Robert Mugabe. He told us these white men ain't shit.
At the same time,
they'll take us for a ride. Even though he was nothing special himself. Like he was just a cool guy.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't say he was a saint by any means.
No, he was a scumbag. He was a typical black leader in the sense that he would tell people, don't follow the white man. The white man is evil. The white man will take your cocoa pots. The white man will stop you from eating. But really and truly, this guy was bringing nonsense. Remember when a loaf of bread was 10 million Zimbabwean dollars?
Good look. Wait, what?
You don't remember this?
No.
Where's Google? Google, you can help me now,
bruh. But yeah, so we still, let's wrap this one up. We're still heading towards this no deal Brexit. Currently still scheduled for October, or he's looking to delay that.
Price of a loaf of bread jumps to $35 million.
What the fuck?
This is what year was this? When did they write this?
That was my next question.
This was in what year was this written?
People are still going to hyperinflation in the 21st century.
I mean, it was a while ago, maybe 10 years ago or so.
That's still 21st century, bro.
Why is there no dating on this article?
35 minutes. Listen, that's a cake. That's an ultimate cake.
Can you see that kind of inflation?
I couldn't.
That's the kind of thing that Mugabe was doing in this country. So he was not a saint. He was not a great leader. He was not a whatever word people like to use, a visionary or a distant. No. He was just a typical African leader. He was just doing the same bullshit everyone else was doing. Greedy bastard.
Yeah, obviously, I know he orchestrated a lot of mass murders as well.
See, man, he didn't even stop in the economy. He didn't say, the economy belongs to me. I'm reaping everything. Man, he went on a killing spree. He just went, if you're not backing it, you can go.
Boy.
See, so rest in peace, because he told us, but at the same time, he didn't do anything to, improve his circumstances.
No, he didn't, and I can't really see Zimbabwe. I don't know. To be told, I haven't looked at that country too much, so I haven't really seen what they've been doing.
They're relevant.
Yeah, one country I've been looking at is Rwanda. Rwanda apparently doing well for themselves.
Paul Kagame is, he said he wanted to make Rwanda the Singapore of Africa. Or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what steps he's taken so far to do that, but
that'd be interesting. I know they're pushing the whole Rwandan airline. Like it's even got it here on Arsenal shop.
Yeah, visit Rwanda.
Visit Rwanda. Yeah. Sponsor Rwanda. They're coming to try to come through.
And another thing about Rwanda is that they're clamping down. And that's one thing I believe in Africa. Africa lacks a lot. They don't have any strong sort of police arm. The police is very, just wave a couple notes in their face and they'll overlook everything.
Well, it's not even just that, but name one one thing that comes from Africa that can compete on a global scale. Considering how wham the continent is.
Yeah.
There's one thing that they do that can compete on a global scale. I know there's a lot of cultural stuff that's coming out of it, but in terms of sport, in terms of finance, services, construction. I mean, there's a lot of, I guess, agriculture.
Like even agriculture, how
much is that owned by them?
The leaders are stifling everything. I feel like Africa is essentially, not all of it, but a lot of it is rainforest, really and truly. So you should be making a whole bunch of. Imagine when I was in Ghana, somebody told me that in Ghana they are importing plantain from Brazil.
For real?
They're importing plantain that grows without you even doing anything. Like it's a weed. It's a weed. And you're now flying in plantain from Brazil.
That's Kalam.
See, it can't be anything but the leadership. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that people are allowing the planes full of plantain to enter the country.
I'm just figuring it out. There's full airplanes just full of plantain, just flying above. Just
I mean, why? Does that even make sense?
Just one of them just gets shot down and just plantain chips falling there. I'm stupid. But shit, man. That's bare kalam. That's like with the whole Nigerian sort of economy and how we export crude oil to import refined oil and petroleum.
Yeah.
Someone needs to be slapped for that. Someone does just definitely need to be slapped for that because that doesn't make any sense.
That's it.
That's like I don't even know. Like someone like that was actually interesting because I found out that the UK is actually, in terms of agriculture, guess what our highest export is?
Or
In terms of like fruit and vegetables.
from Nigeria?
No, from the UK.
Potato.
Potatoes. Guess what our highest import is?
What?
Potatoes.
How did I not get that one?
This is my thing. I'm looking at it, I was like, wait, what?
That's funny. That's funny. That is funny. That is hilarious.
But sometimes I look at stuff like that and I'm like, what are we doing? Like, surely, if you know you need to import potatoes, then just make a way to grow more potatoes.
I think sometimes you have to deep how small our country is.
That's true.
It's got space. Well, yeah, it's got a lot of farming land. But
It's got a lot of farmland, but they're not going to do anything with it.
Nah.
Those guys like to have land, innit?
Yeah.
The amount of times I've been in an airplane and looked over and I've been like, rah, this is a lot of land. Like, obviously it's not like America's wham.
Yeah.
It is wham. There's so much land
Yeah.
that like it's just wham. But like in the UK, there's a lot of land that's just
space.
just chilling.
I don't understand the whole thing. Like to bring in their potatoes and then send up their potatoes.
I don't understand that either.
Is it a case of they're British, so people are gonna pay more for it?
I don't know. It might be because then again, it was from the UK, so I know Ireland is, they love their potatoes as well. So it might be one of them ones where
Potato.
a potato. But it might be one of them ones where we're importing potatoes from like Republic of Ireland, or we got some sort of potato deal going on there. Spudding my man, literally, figuratively, like that might be it. So the numbers might be a bit like skewed based on the context of everything. And I guess if you're buying potatoes from Ireland, it's calm.
That's
like,
not an issue. That's good.
Yeah,
that's
like you're calm, like in terms of transportation or levies and stuff like that. Like it would be pretty calm. But yeah, no, it just goes to show how Kalam, like back to Africa though, but it just shows how Kalam the whole import, just simple things like import export. Like I'm not an economist by any means, but surely it's one of them ones where you really do want to maximize on your exports, minimize on your imports. Like, and if you're importing something that you're partially like exporting or in some way exporting, or you can grow quite locally, doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense. It's not up your economy, your business model is not optimized. Whatever you're doing is wrong. It could be better at least.
The only thing the only thing that could cause that is like what I was saying, it's a money thing. They can make more money selling.
Short term money.
It's definitely a short term thing. There's definitely no longevity in this tactic. But short term, we can make a few more peas on this potato if the Chinese love our British stuff. We can send some British pork, some British beef into China, and they'll pay top dollar for it, rather than give it to the people living in this country. It's crazy.
Do you know what? I wouldn't even expect a Chinese man to really not even care, but like even want his beef to be British. But I guess if it's a thing, I don't know. I haven't gone and asked someone in China.
Maybe it's not just a Chinese thing. Maybe it's just a wealthy thing. Because apparently that this empire is, from the outside, we are apparently great. Like people really we're rated really highly.
Till they come in the country and then see the people. No man, you're fucking alright. Oh man.
Personally, I don't see it. And do you know what? I genuinely believe I'm a proud Englishman or a proud British. I think I am.
When you said Englishman, I was like, no. No.
But I don't see the greatness. I mean, I do see the sort of appeal. Like, I understand why people want to come here and take pictures on Tower Bridge and whatever, but I don't see what makes us so great.
We're not great. We were great 200 years ago, and the only reason we were great is because we had guns that were better than everyone else's, and we had trains.
And now everyone's caught up.
And everyone else is caught up. It's like, oh shit, Great Britain ain't even so great. It's actually not even that big either, now you mention it. And now we're actually not that rich, but hey.
People in short, prepare for Brexit. Prepare for that no.
But for real.
Stack your food up. Get the baked beans, the corned beef, the spam.
Get the corned beef, the spam. Listen, long expiry dates. Know what you're doing with that.
Don't be caught slipping. My man them are really equipped. They've really got their shit. They're good. Yeah, they don't get caught slipping. Please.
Don't get caught slipping. End of October. But what I was gonna say, back to Africa. Yeah. What do you think it's gonna take?
Love this topic, God.
What do you think it's gonna take for? obviously there's countries doing bits now. You got your South Africas.
South Africa's not doing bits. South Africa are
Well, let me say they're not doing bits.
They're currently killing Nigerians in South Africa.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's what they're doing in South Africa right now.
Fucking, yeah.
Africa is just Kalam. It's just a Kalam place.
So what is it going to take for at least one, not even just one country, because I don't want just one country. There needs to be at least a whole continental uplift. Like,
Alright. So
what is that going to take?
Me personally, my belief is that the people leading these countries, i.e. Jacob Zuma, is Buhari the president of Nigeria, Buhari and all these dons. These dons are, excuse me, that Bacardi sitting in different.
Jesus.
Yeah, these dons are very, like, they're not. I don't think they're for the. Everybody wants the P's to send their kids out to Eton, Oxford. You know what I'm saying? No one's trying to develop the actual nation they're living in. They're just like I say, short term. It's a very short termism.
Yeah.
I live for myself. These men are completely going against God. But
for real.
I mean, if it's possible that we do sort out these issues where, like for example, in Ghana we got this guy Akufo-Addo, who is seen by many by a lot of members of the status quo as a threat because he.
So who's this guy?
So his dad was, I think his dad used to be one of the presidents of Ghana.
Oh,
back in the day.
Yeah.
And he's come through. So he comes from money. He don't need nothing from this.
Yeah.
He's not a basic don. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you don't need the peace. Don't need that. He's good. So all he wants to do is make his country better.
Yeah.
But then underneath him, you've got a whole bag of dons who were already. Like they were benefiting that they were nobodies and now they're benefiting from the system. They get the cars they want. Their kids go to nice schools. They're just making.
You know what? Yeah, African politics is peas.
Is this peas,
is
bro?
Actually,
which is another thing. Why is it that politicians get paid so much money in Africa? Like nowhere else is it comparable.
It's ridiculous, man. It's actually. I was looking at this guy. Like I've told you before when I went to Nigeria and I went to this politician's yard. It took us a whole 2-3 minutes to drive down to the entrance of his compound. Like we saw the corner of the compound, turning. It took us like 2-3 minutes to get to the entrance, and we're looking at the fence like, yo, this is fence. Is this his house? Like, does it start here? Like, what's going on? Why is this whole place fenced off? It wasn't until we turned in now. He's basically got a whole road leading to his house. So there's a compound. You go into the compound, and there's a whole nother road, like leading in. And on this road, he's got like buildings like the guest house, a pool house, and I remember asking him out like, who is this guy? Like he seems like he's quite wealthy. He was just any guy. He was the MP. I was just like, wait. Is this how they're living? Like, nah, there's actually no. And if you saw the amount of security, fuck, I've never seen. These men were moving like the fucking. Like mercenaries from Modern Warfare 2, the ones you find in the favelas or something, man. It was mad. It was mad how they had like, I swear to God, someone had the MG40 on the back of a truck. They had shotguns. They had all. I was thinking, first of all, yeah, like you've done this by like invite only and all this da. Who's really gonna come here to fuck with you like that? Like I hear it, it's a deterrent, but like you're moving like you're preparing for war. Like,
France, USA, Great Britain, all you countries from the West, are you listening? This is where the peas you're sending to Africa is going. It's going on 10-acre compounds with mile-long drives leading up to the crib, guest houses, swimming pools, golf courses. This is where the money's going to. And you are complicit. You guys are complicit in this because you're allowing this to happen. You're sending these guys the money, this aid money that they used to build all these houses and all. Fuck all of you.
Do you know the worst thing is this whole compound was next to like a small little village as well that had no powers as well. It was dumb. I remember I was looking at it. I was like, you know when people are like, oh, you go to like, I don't know, London Bridge or like that Poplar area and you see the council flats and the nice flats. They're like, there's such a huge disparity. Yeah. Listen, in that the disparity wasn't. It broke the scale. There was no two scales you could put these people on. Like it was absolutely like. Let's say the highest earning person out of that village. Actually, no, fuck it. Everyone's earnings in that village put together is probably a tiny fraction of what this guy living next door like has. It's phenomenal. Wow. Like these people are living in straw huts.
One of his guards probably earns more than everybody in the village.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's actually mad. Like it's actually mad. His yard is bigger than the village. Like, it's dumb. I can't emphasize to you how retardedly stupid this guy's yard was. I mean, I get that he get the land for cheap because he put it out in the village, but it just made no sense.
But how do we fix this? Like, how does, like, what's the first step to take? Because you kill him, and somebody else comes in and does.
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna be like, just kill everybody, but then someone else is coming in.
Someone else is gonna come and make their compound, and then the next man, you know. So
do you know what it is? I just think you just need to somehow empower the people, man. Empower the people first and foremost through good infrastructure, through reliable electricity.
That's the first step.
That's the very first step, and we've been failing at that for the past like 50 years.
But I think that's done purposely because it's not difficult with all the money that's.
Look at China.
That's given.
China turned the thing around.
These man said, "Let's be serious." Yeah.
And they're like, "Let's be serious. If we're gonna be serious about this, let's be serious."
Let's just do it. But again, China it was sort of set up where it's like Hong Kong, and then the rest of China, and then. One day, somebody who was in charge of the rest of China just leaked to like, wow, like, all these provinces are under my control. Let's just be serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just if people need to be educated, send them out. Send them to America, send them to Britain, send them to wherever to learn and then come back, steal all their ideas, bring them here, we just recreate it here. It's not hard, we can do it. If we need materials, let's go to Africa. These corrupt leaders will give us all their minerals for nothing.
For real.
Let's just do what we need to do. And they did it. You know what I'm saying? But Africa is so broken up into like little different pointless countries. South Sudan, what the fuck? South Sudan, what the fuck do we need South Sudan for? What kind of nonsense is that?
Well, do you know what? I hear what you mean on that, but at the same time, a lot of these African countries, there's always like a mix of tribes, isn't it?
I'm not racist, by the way. No, I hear that. The tribalism is strong.
The tribalism is still strong.
Very strong.
It's basically been some guy in some Western world who's been like, do you know what? Yeah, let me group all these niggas together, and then all these niggas together.
But slightly, that could be a solution for Africa. Because, for example, like in Nigeria, you got the three main, you got the Hausas, the Igbos, and the Yoruba.
Yeah.
So, and all the wealth. Where does all the wealth go? Where's Lagos? What region is that? Is that
Lagos? That's like south.
So whose stronghold is that?
I mean, it's kind of a mix. That's kind of, in terms of tribes, it's a bit cosmopolitan. It's mostly Yoruba and Igbo, though. I don't know what the exact split is, but I'd say maybe more Yorubas, because Igbos mostly tend to live in the east.
See, so what I would personally suggest is that each nation, fair enough, you make a country tribal, but at the same time, each tribal area has their own sort of capital city. You can't just, because when you put all the, like, when a country split and you put all the wealth in one area where one group has the advantage over everybody else, all they're going to be doing is stepping on necks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? All they're doing, listen, our tribe is better than yours, we have the city, we're going to take the piss. That's what's going to happen. So if everybody just sort of says, okay, we're going to build our own town here. And you know what, it is really down to the people at the end of the day, because really, like, the government over there, they're not watching what you're doing over there, really. Like, we're focused on our money over here. If you're over there doing your thing, building your own city, building your own economy, rising the thing, it could take as many years as it needs to take, really. But as long as it's being done, and you're raising your profile around the world, people start hearing your name. This little city here in eastern Nigeria, whatever. It's no longer Lagos that's taking all the peas. People will start moving out there because there's jobs. You know what I'm saying? There's space. It's not being. It's like 10 years ago we never knew what this place was, but now there's actually opportunities for people. So people are moving out to those places, and I think that's how a revolution begins, when people start voting with when people start moving around, they vote with their feet in, and you realise, okay, this place is not always all it's hyped up to be. Like, I believe London is sort of saturated, and there's not really much more to do in London. Like, London, it's bloody expensive. People born and raised here cannot afford to live here. It's as simple as that. So people can just dust out to Manchester and improve improve what Manchester is. Dust out to Liverpool, improve what Liverpool is. Like, with all the experiences and all the things that we've gained here, they would actually benefit having Londoners over there, like people who are good with multiculturalism, people who don't get mad when they see an Asian Don or a Somalian Don or an Eastern European Don. You know what I'm saying? People who can actually handle their emotions. It will serve for a better area, and I feel like that could be the solution for Africa, especially. That could be a solution where we don't just look at one city, Lagos, and everybody's moving out to Lagos. Really and truly, and you're going out there not realizing that there's certain people who have more control than the majority in the government and have the control, and all they're trying to do is step on necks. You know what I'm saying? So
I think
that's how I feel about it.
Another thing for that, like leading on from that point, actually, because that's a very good point in the sense of having sort of where people live.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily need to be that they need to move out into another country or something. I think more fundamentally to that, they need improved transport links. Direly, because then it means people don't need to live in Lagos to make money in Lagos. That's or true. Take money from Lagos. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Someone could be living in a village, an hour train ride away. He could be making his peas in Lagos and then spending it back home. In that sense, you're boosting the economy back there. But there's no real coherent transport structure in Africa.
I feel like in Africa it's gone backwards because my dad was telling me that when he was in secondary school, there used to be trains going from the north to the south of Ghana, and they were timetabled, and you knew what time the train was leaving. Go there today. Are there even train tracks?
Massive train tracks are gone.
Bro, they just moved. They got rid of everything. So it's like they have actually. And think about 50 years ago, 60 years ago, it was the white people who had just let go of the countries because these people wanted independence.
Yeah.
And then you give the control to the Africans, and these guys have just messed everything up.
But you know what it is? I think that there must have been something in that handover period where that fucked up, because the people that came into power, the people that gave the power to the people that came into immediate power after that didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I can't say there's a single African country that when they got their independence went straight back up.
No.
They must have known what they're doing.
These guys are doing it for the wrong reason. You have to remember, they were asking for independence for the incorrect reasons. They wanted independence because they wanted, as Mugabe put many times, we want the white man to leave. It wasn't because we want to take what they've given us and improve on it. No, we want the white man out. That's it. It was just for that.
Okay.
And so when you do that, there's not going to be any improvement. You're just going to suffer.
But then I don't know. I feel that they were kind of coy about who they gave the power to, because I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at the good of all people, right? But how can the majority, if not all, African countries after gaining independence, none of them? I mean, obviously they have a lot of work to do. But like you said, they were probably getting more done, unfortunately, when there were foreign hands in control, putting money into it. It's a fact. It's a fact.
You can't argue it. People try and argue that. You can't argue it. When the white people were in control of the country, it was doing better economically. Like you said, the people were living easier. Like you say, the train tracks. You can travel to one side of the country easy, no stress. Just jump on a train and you're good. No, there's not even train tracks. To the point you're making, I actually believe that somebody who can try and rile up the people like Hitler, like Mugabe, and come and say, listen, the white people, we need to blame the white people for all our problems, we need to take our country away from the white people. Somebody like that is capable of, because they what they want is power. They're trying to rile everyone up, and everyone says, yeah, this guy, he riled us up, let's give him the power. So you get someone like Kwame Nkrumah, you get someone like Robert Mugabe, and they've got the power. But really and truly, they didn't want the power to improve the country. They were loud because they wanted the power, and now they've got the power. Yes, my kids are going to school in England. Yes, my kids are going to school in America. Yes, I can get Supermop. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Get Supermop. What was their agenda really? They're telling everyone, blame the white man, blame this, blame that, blame this person, blame that. They didn't empower anybody to do anything.
Yeah,
they just said, listen, the white man is gone, all our problems have been solved. Every man carry on.
But there's obviously got to be something that can be done. If not obviously I know there's private companies and stuff trying to be started up, but I don't know. I think there's just so much natural resource and so much even with renewable energy and stuff, there's just so much opportunity, so many things you can do in Africa. I'm absolutely perplexed as to why it's not happening.
Education. If the generation coming up now, if they knew what resources their country had, if they knew they could literally buy diggers, buy these caterpillar things and just dig into the ground, pick up the minerals and sell them off to the foreign people. If they knew they could do that and earn money and start businesses and create jobs, they would do it. They would really do it.
What would it look like actually if, let's say, the the demographics of Africa and the North America, or all of America really, was kind of swapped. Like, let's say it was the Western white person living in Africa making use of their resources,
and black people in Africa living in America.
Yeah.
Well, America would be a shithole and Africa would be great.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's my opinion. Someone will say that's racist, isn't it? But like, is there any evidence to go against that?
And like, it's not to say that black people and then Africans specifically aren't developing their nations and stuff. Like we said,
they don't know how. They don't have education.
But I think it's the mindset, it's the greed. They've been, I don't know about too much about African history like 200, 300, 400 years back, but it just seems like these men in power are just greedy.
Black leaders in general have done nothing to help black people, point blank, period. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all these men are living nice, comfortable lives in gated communities, and they make peace of selling fear to black people, saying, "Oh yeah, it's the same in America. Blame the white man for this, blame the white man for that, blame the white man." Really and truly, you're a respectable person. Do you think, you personally, let me ask you a question. Do you think if you went to, not even in this country, do you think you could go around doing the job that you do? Do you think you could go around somewhere and people just hate you? Not even like people, not apprehensive, because people are always going to be apprehensive regardless of if you're black or whatever. But people just hate you, despise you for the fact that you're being black. Do you think the fact that you're not being black, but the fact that you're black, just for the colour of your skin? Obviously, it's not gonna be perfect, because generally I believe people relate to people that look like them. That's just how.
Yeah.
But do you think somebody will look at you like? Say you're applying for a job at a different company, and then you have an interview, and then you walk in. You think somebody could just look at you and say, "Oh, this person, this nigga, this fucking nigga." It's not a thing, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna look at you much differently to how they look at, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's still, it's not a case of, "Oh, the white people hate you, the white people are trying to keep you down." It's not. Do you believe that in this country? Do you believe that white people are trying to keep you down?
No, not really.
Maybe it's just an experience thing, innit? 'Cause I don't believe it, but I'm not suffering. I'm not stuck in my ways. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're out there. We're doing our thing. We're working. You know what I'm saying? We're doing what we need to do. We're doing what we feel like we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no gun to our head, and we don't have any black leaders. There's no one telling us to blame anybody. You know what I'm saying? And we're fine. So I really do think that the problem is with the black leaders of.
Yeah, I think, don't get me wrong, it's
Africa,
not
America, whatever, man.
Yeah,
we don't need them. We really don't.
But it's not even one of the ones where we're still being actively put down. I mean, in some places and in some circumstances, yes. But for the majority of it, I think times have gotten a lot easier and a lot better.
For everyone.
Racial tensions have died. I'm not saying they're eliminated. No, they have gone down. I feel like
under Obama, in America, they went up.
Yeah, but then has let's say, you know, in terms of a certain demographic, black people, has our progress been has it been a negative correlation to the amount of like stress we've been receiving from white people in terms of putting us down and stuff? Because a lot of all of that racial tension, obviously still there, like I said, but it's kind of been relieved. But has our progress been proportional to that amount of relief? Do you know what I mean? Like, or has it just been like, because don't get me wrong, like black people were doing the most when we were pushed down the most.
Yeah.
Like, even when they were, you know, they tried to hide it over, you know, there was black scientists doing all this,
all this stuff. During those days, like even Jim Crow era, all that. That's when black people were doing the best in America.
They were doing a lot.
They were doing a lot. And then the welfare state came in and messed everything up.
Yeah.
But okay, see, I understand what you're saying.
Like, have we really been? I mean, where does the blame fall at this point? Because now, as time goes on, we're beginning to see what's actually happening and what people are really doing. Like, you know, you still see now, like black people. I think it's a lot of misdirected energy, man. Unfocused energy.
Why spend all your time being angry when you can make your friends and build? Just do something. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Do something to help somebody. Why being angry? Spend your whole life angry at this metaphorical individual who's there trying to keep you down, when really and truly, if you step out of your experience, you would see that is not really the case. The only people trying to keep you down are the people trying to keep you angry, and that's the leaders.
Oh, that's deep.
That's the leaders. That's what it is. That's my opinion. You know, some people tell me I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong in it, but you can't. There's no proof to say.
No, but I
wrong.
think there's some truth in that,
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
I think black people
Bro,
generally like to look at a lot of the negative. Don't get me wrong, everyone goes through some shit, man.
Yeah.
But let's not dwell on it. It happened. Let's appreciate it happened. Let's learn from the fact it happened. Let's move the fuck on.
It makes me sad to see the way that a lot of people think in this day, like, you know, they can't get anywhere because they're black. It's not the case. It's really not the case. Like, I don't like to use Obama as an example.
Don't get me wrong. I would say, yeah, it's not as easy as some other people that, you know,
What
some people that be a bit more privileged.
To that point, what I would say is, like, it's all contextual. Like remember, let's say white people in this country first. So they were here, and then they were rising, and then the next set of people came here. And while the other people were trying to rise, the white people are still rising. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're not going to stop their economic development, you know, for you to catch up. They're still doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the next set of people come, and they're rising. But the people that just came before them, they're also rising as well. So it's not a case of, oh, it needs to be equal. We need to have everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not going to be equal.
Yeah,
and I think we just need to accept that.
Yeah, that's it. Just work hard and do what you can for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Don't use it as an excuse. Oh, the system, this, that.
The system's rigged. It's never going to be equal. Of course,
you
it's
just
never
need
going
to
to
be smarter than it. You just need to be smarter than it. There's no complete like doing like say for example, one of the reasons I also left Twitter again. The second time I left Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Because I've just seen a lot of fucking useless opinions, and a lot of them.
There are a lot of black leaders on top.
Yeah, there's a lot, and I'm thinking all you guys do is nothing. You guys do a whole lot of nothing.
They make money of talking rubbish, like just of demoralizing black people.
Yeah, and it's just like even with the I don't know, man. When I see like black Twitter and stuff like that, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. Like I go on black Twitter for the jokes.
Oh no, the banks is exquisite.
But there's a lot of people wasting time talking about dumb shit or shit that doesn't matter or shit that helps nobody.
It doesn't help anyone. Yeah.
And I'm just like, why are you focusing so much energy on this? Like, why are you like there's with so many issues to be solved, with so much work to be done? Why do I care about Stormzy being okay because he cheated on my drama with what's in it? I don't care. Why is your energy? Why do you even care? Why do you care? Why are we talking about, oh yeah, this black man's marrying this white woman, so this means that black men don't like white women?
Black men are
First
trash,
of all, you're black yourself. First of all, you're black yourself. What does that mean? That a black man and a black woman procreated. So already shut the fuck up, right? Because it doesn't make any sense. But oh yeah, they're not marrying white. No, there's still black people, black men marrying black women, vice versa. Do you know what I mean? That's not even a talking discussion. Why is that a discussion? Why is that any of your worry? Why are you there posting things on Twitter and you're getting wild up and this person quoted this and da da da, and I'm just there reading it. I feel bad myself because I'm scrolling now, wasting my own time thinking, do you know what am I doing? I'm only there for football news and funny memes, man. Like that's it. But obviously, when the timeline extends, I know how the Twitter timeline goes on forever.
And you couldn't hack it, could you?
I couldn't hack it. I was like, do you know what? Yeah.
Negativity after negativity after negativity, just trying to split people, just trying to make people angry at each other, and it's trash. It's bullshit.
It's trash. I made a last post. I was like, I need my fucking time back, and I deleted my Twitter. I was like, fuck this. I'm done. But it's just sad because there's a lot of black people promoting hella shit for free on black Twitter. Do you remember that whole Popeyes sandwich bullshit thing? Do you know how much they I think they estimated the amount of free advertising they were giving to Popeyes was valued at $11 million a day.
You see?
A day.
Do you know how easily they could have done that for an independent? See, me personally, I don't really care.
You see it?
But you know how easily a rapper could have gone in and started all that, because it all starts with just a bunch of small amount of people. It goes viral. It starts with one popular person, and everyone sees it, and they're like, "Oh, rah, rah, rah," and then they just share it, and they keep sharing it, keep sharing it, and then the hype, even though it's not real, it's just a feeling that people get, like when they're involved. They get to the Popeye. Oh, Quavo had a Popeye sandwich. This is gonna bang. This and that, and the next person does it. It doesn't have to be Popeyes. It could be any small independent sandwich shop you go to and you say, this sandwich bangs, everyone needs to back it, everyone needs to go. And it'll work like that. But no.
For real. But no. No one's trying to hear that. Be like, what? There's another nigga that can make money. Nah, I ain't trying to hear that.
So for some reason, we ain't trying to help each other.
Let me try and give another dollar to fucking the Colonel, the KFC Colonel, or some other guy. Like it's just sad, man.
And I'm not even against. Like I don't hate Popeyes. I don't hate KFC. But you know what I'm saying? Like people need to get their agenda straight. Like you need to sort of understand what you're like. The things that you do. Who are they affecting? Really and truly. Like, be more aware. Have more self-awareness. You know, understand that the actions you take do affects more people than just yourself.
I think, like, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, we do, but, like, no, black people are funny, man. I love black people, but, like, are we doing the best for ourselves? Nah, unfortunately.
I don't even look at it in the case of black or white or Asian. I don't even like to look at it like that.
I don't, but let's be real, because obviously, like, they're, like, I guess for me, obviously for a lot of people, there are people's them. So, that's part of, and I'm not saying that it's an exclusive culture, but that's part of where we come from. And realistically, there have been a lot of black people, especially, not so much in the UK, but in America, that have been fucked over. Maybe not themselves personally, but, you trace back a few generations, someone's been fucked over, like, monumentally.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, for these people, they need to do better for themselves. Like, not in the sense that they're not doing enough, but like it needs to be at a point where they're doing better than they're doing now. Do you know what I mean?
Don't go backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Certainly don't go backwards. Certainly don't go backwards. And I think right now, the times are changing with the world being connected and social media and the internet. Like, I'm just waiting for one black business to pop because the black culture is being taken.
It's not gonna happen.
I mean, hopefully. I don't know.
But personally, the way people go, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my idea. Personally, I don't care what happens over there. Like, I just hope they do the best for themselves, and
this is a rant that I needed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't need to talk about this because it's been on my mind for a long time. Like, just not necessarily the topic of black people, just black leadership, and just that it's nonsense. We don't need it. It doesn't work. It's not helping anybody apart from the leaders themselves. If you look at Mugabe, Al Sharpton, these and that, all they do is make black people angry with their words, tell them to blame somebody, and they're not getting shit done. But anyway, yeah, I'm done with it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
It's a sensitive topic, but obviously, like, I reckon it's going to take about 200 years, especially in Africa.
That's a long bloody time. Jesus Christ.
Man,
imagine
time.
50 years, 60 years ago in Ghana, there were train tracks. In China, didn't have that shit. There were trains operating in Ghana, didn't have that shit in China. Look at where China is now. Yeah. So 200 years. I mean,
it sounds like a long time.
It doesn't have to take 200 years, but it probably will take.
Yeah. No, being realistic, realistically, it's gonna take, I'd say, 50 years plus or minus 150 years, and in this case, it's obviously just gonna be plus 150 years. So I'd like to think 50 years, and the bandwidth on that 50 years is about another 150 years. So just like as a margin of error, because like things develop so slowly in Africa. I think there's a lot of shit that needs to be sorted out. Transport and energy. Once those two things, transport, energy, education. Once those three things are robust, everything else just trickles down from that. Literally everything else trickles down from that. From more improved healthcare, better economies, more business startups, like more tourism. Everything will trickle down from those three things.
What you just said, black people, take a leaf out of Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. Take a leaf out of his book. Do something that will help other people, that will help the community. Give jobs, give back. Stop being a metaphorical, spiritual, broke nigga.
For real.
That's what I have to say really about this. And until people get that message, nothing's gonna change. But just understand, like, forget about what he's doing over there. Forget about what you can't control what that person's doing over there. Just do the best you can for yourself, and things will work out. Yeah, they have to.
Well, I think that might conclude this. No good news.
That was a mighty good rant. I feel very.
I feel. Yeah, don't get me wrong as well. I don't want to like demoralize, but this is what it is, man. This is the situation we're in, and it's like
don't say you're not demoralizing anybody. This is the rules. This is
the situation we're in. Like, I'm tired of these fucking softies telling me, oh, you can't say that. This is why you got people. You're the same people that are giving people trophies for last place. So shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. You gotta say it for what it is.
Who does that help?
Who does that help?
Life. is before everything else, life is suffering. You must suffer in life to gain anything.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You have to do that. And realistically,
Feel the pain.
I'm not trying to critique, but if you're not your own biggest critic, you're doing it wrong. If someone has the ability to critique you more than yourself, then that's already an L. That's already an L. So if you can't look at the realness of what's going on and be able to evaluate it, yeah, don't talk to me, man.
Listen, it's the 7th of December 2019, and this was an exceedingly long rant, but it was necessary.
It was necessary.
It
Fuck
had to
the
come
haters.
out.
Fuck the jakes.
People have to hear
the
this.
Listen, pattern up. Fucking pattern up. That's all I got to say.
No good news.
Hey, we out.